How you doing?
Hi, good afternoon, guys.
Good
All
evening,
right.
fans from around the world. This is the Complete Football Show, and today we're going to be previewing the quarterfinals of the Euro 2024. And with me to do that is Kole Williams, Deodo Banjoko, and Mustafa Ginaldo. Good evening, gentlemen, and you're welcome to the show.
Good evening, everybody. So the knockout stages are here. So let's jump straight into it. Let's start off with Portugal and France. I wanted because the next one is the best one, which will be Germany and Spain. But let's start off with Portugal and France. What are your thoughts about that match, Biodo? And then we'll go to Kunle. Yeah.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon, guys.
You're welcome. Yeah.
I think looking at that fixture is going to be the most difficult fixture around this fixture schedule. I think it's the toughest game of this fixture schedule, in my opinion.
I think because
I
of
think
defense, France has the best defense, but they don't
I
score a
think
lot. Yeah.
both teams are quite very balanced in every department.
Yeah.
From the goalkeeping department, Mike Mignon and Diego, as well as from the defense. If you look at the defense, you have Pepe, you have Ruben Diaz, then they have the Arsenal defender, as well as Theo
Yeah.
Hernandez and Jules Koundé. Midfield, Kante is there, the golden boy. They have Portugal have Ruben Neves. They
Yeah.
have Bernardo Silva. They have Paulinho. So attack also for the French, you see the likes of Kylian Mbappe. For the Portuguese, you have Cristiano Ronaldo. You have Rafael Leao. So it's a very, very
Yeah.
the team, the French and the Portuguese team. If you look at it from starting 11, from goalkeeper to attack, the players balance each other.
Yeah, but
so
I
it's
think.
just going to be
Sorry,
very.
I think what about Kante is a big difference because Kante can play all over the field. I don't know if Portugal has an equivalent for him right now. Yeah.
Yes, I think there are little standouts for both sides. For the French, you can see standout players are N'Golo Kante.
Yeah.
You can see Kylian Mbappe. For Portugal, you can see standout players are Rafael Leao, Bernardo Silva. So they kind of cancel each other out. But I think it's going to be a very interesting game for the neutrals like us watching football.
Yeah.
The sad thing for someone like me is that two of these teams were predicted to make the semi-finals for me, and then now one of them
it's
is
not
going
their
to
fault.
fall out.
One of them will make it to the semi.
One of them will fall out.
Yeah.
So it's just going to be very interesting. And lastly, before I hand over the microphone, I think one important thing for this fixture is that we've seen France struggle to score throughout the tournament. They've been aided
but
by
they have
so
somebody
many
who has scored
goals.
2 goals, Mr. On-Goal, player of the tournament.
Yes.
France
But for the
scored
Portuguese,
No, they haven't.
Yes.
On-Goal has scored for France. On-Goal, Mr.
They haven't
On-Goal.
scored any goal. They haven't scored any
I know.
goal.
I'm being funny. I'm being funny. On-Goal, 2 on-goals.
But for the Portuguese, you will say that they've been very convincing in the way they play. They score from open play, except the last game that they went on to penalties.
I think Portuguese rhythm has
football.
been. I hate to say this before we go to Kunle, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I was calling Ronaldo the greatest, but last game, his selfishness is beginning to mess up Portugal's rhythm. They had a great rhythm. They were playing total football, but in the last 2 games, it hasn't happened. Maybe I'm being too hard on him. We'll get back to you on that, Biodun. But what do you think, Kunle? Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with this French defensive midfield.
Yeah.
They have a wealth of options. I mean, Kante is there, but they have Camavinga and Tchouaméni on the bench, 2 Real Madrid CDMs.
Yeah.
They are awash with CDMs.
Yeah.
They've got Rabiot as a creative midfielder.
Yeah, Rabiot won't be playing because he's out.
Oh, too bad.
Yellow card. But Rabiot is more of a central midfielder, right? Or a creative player.
This is just one position. And I think that Portugal have Ruben Neves, who's good enough. I really want Ronaldo to do well in this tournament for obvious reasons.
I wanted him until he started hogging the ball into the last game. Even though
Ronaldo is also free Palestine. He's also a free Palestine dude.
That's good.
That's good. He's an all-round swell.
Hey, Kule, he should also be free African players in France.
And he looks like Superman. He looks like Superman.
No, he does look like from the 1950s.
Yeah. He has that doesn't want to go.
Hey, but you know, Ronaldo had facial surgery. He had plastic surgery. Come on, man.
I don't think so. Are you sure?
No, he did. He did. Seriously, he did. I'm not joking.
I know that Ronaldinho had to do something on his teeth because his teeth were quite dodgy. And
Ronaldo had it when he was like 17.
CR9 as well had to do something on his teeth. Those two had to
because of his teeth. That was his major one, teeth. But that's not important. But yeah, it's going to be a good game. France definitely has the best defense. France is those guys. Their defenders are defending cleanly and making high accurate defense moves, which could be penalties in other teams. And it's almost like they're playing not volleyball, but when they even use their legs to block shots when they're in the back four, and it seems to be working. They've only given up 1 or 2 goals, I think, in the tournament.
Let's be honest. It's anybody's guess who's going to win. Nobody that is saying Portugal is confident.
The consensus, France is confident. I think the problem is that Ronaldo also wants to play, but it's apparent that he can't do 90 minutes anymore. I give a slight advantage to France, but most likely he's going to go to penalties or 1-0 by one team.
I will give the advantage to Portugal, not based on individual players. France has that, but on the basis of coordination. I think Portugal
coordination
are slightly more coordinated.
Very quickly. Kule, you're right. They're coordinated well, but I agree. They're coordinated well, but they have to be careful to not let the focus be too much on Ronaldo because it seems like that's beginning to happen, and that could mess up their coordination. But you're right. They do have better coordination than France. We'll get back to you. What do you think?
France's coordination is improving. That's a very dangerous.
Yeah, it's getting better. So it's getting better.
I can't call it.
Same thing with France. They shouldn't focus on Mbappe. They need to focus on Kante.
Be allowed to call this game because I just can't.
I can't either. But I think France should focus on Kante. He is their leader, as far as I'm concerned, and he's the link between the midfield, the defense, and the attack. What do you think of Afolabi?
But everybody must take a stand on that fixture.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Kante is the engine of that team now, and he's playing unbelievable football. Defense, passing, everything. And what I am saying is that Mbappe's job should be, if they stretch the defense to get open, that's the only thing he can do.
My head says France. My heart says Portugal.
Everybody say your own. So let
me tell you. Okay, to be honest with you, I'm a France fan. Let me tell you. Let me tell you why I think France will win. Their defense and their midfield, and they're holding the ball, and they have a better midfield than Portugal, and they have a better defense. And I think that Portugal is going to get tired. And in the second half, France's endurance, and they can also bring in subs. They can bring in Giroud. They can take him out if they want. They can bring in Camavinga. France has more depth, and they also have an overwhelmingly better midfield. And they have Kante, who can play in defense or midfield at that level. So I think they have a slight advantage. That's why I think France will win.
Afolabi, what do you say?
Yeah.
Well, the way the game, I feel the game will pan out. Yes, I feel that Portugal will try and possess the ball more. They will try and press France. France will set up to play on the counter-attack. That's what I feel. Because Portugal has a lot of ball-playing footballers, and they can keep the ball. And I saw some.
France will absorb their attack for some time.
Absorb pressure.
Portugal are not going to rush them. They're going to unlock them with players like Bernardo Silva and Bruno. Sorry.
Yeah, the issue.
Yeah, no, that's good. Go ahead.
I have with Portugal, they play a very high defensive line with a player like Pepe. He had 2 incidences in the last game where he lost the ball, and the attacker ran on to go. You can't try that against the Mbappe. So they have to get their arms together. So that is where I'm a bit worried for.
Oh yes, Portugal. Mbappe may blow up in that game if they're not careful. He may blow up and dominate in that game.
Play as the last defender, really. And France will on the counter attack. They will stretch Portugal, but it will be difficult for France too to collect the ball from Portugal. And France will defend very well. It's
going to be a good game.
And don't forget, Didier Deschamps is not a flamboyant coach. A 1-0 victory is okay for him. So Portugal have to be very careful. Then again,
but he should make sure that it doesn't go to penalties.
Ronaldo is a very selfish player. He wants to play all the free kicks. He wants to play all the penalties.
Yeah, his selfishness is messing up.
He has to be a bit selfless in this game for Portugal to win. Yeah. He has to be a bit selfless, really. That's just my take on it. But I'd say France in extra time.
Yeah, that's what I would say. So let's move on.
France in extra time. France in extra time. Well, I would say.
Do we know your team?
I think the game will go to penalties. I think they'll cancel each other out. I think it will go to penalties. I think it will go to penalties, and I think Portugal will win.
That game may go 0-0.
I just think it's going to be a stalemate.
That game may go 0-0. It may go 0-0, to be honest.
I still want Ronaldo to do something.
If he goes to penalties, that Portuguese keeper is a superstar when it comes to shot stopping. If he goes to penalties,
Kule, I've not said your own.
But what about France's goalkeeper? This guy now is saving goals. He's saving goal shots with his leg. He doesn't even use his arms anymore. Like helicopter.
Yeah. Kule is going to win Portugal and France.
Kule said he doesn't want Nigeria plays with the Oyinbo wall. We actually have more black players than France.
Yeah. But you know what's funny though is that Kule is, I think he's taking a wise position. He's not going to say who's going to win, because he knows it's too close to call. Okay, let's move on to Germany.
More likely to win,
I would have preferred these guys being separated by the draws. I don't like them meeting at the quarterfinal stage. It's sad that one of them has to.
No, this is rubbish, man. So let's move on.
Like England are playing Division 1.
It was France that caused it. No, they finished second in their group.
Yeah, it was France.
No, I think France. Yeah, but here's the thing. So, but it's still, these brackets don't make sense. Like Germany versus Spain, that doesn't make sense. But anyway, let's go to the next game, Germany-Spain. So I want to quickly talk Spain right now. They're doing something unbelievable. They don't do tiki-taka anymore. They're using the running game. They're not using ball control. And because of guys like Williams and Pedri and who's the guy on the Ruiz, these guys are constantly running, so they don't have to press, because once you get rid of the ball, somebody catches up in the space. And they're using Rodri now as the only defensive midfielder. And Rodri is sitting behind the front four and even the midfielders, the other two midfielders, and he's controlling the game and pushing it back forward again. And when somebody doesn't have, if the other team counterattacks, all the other guys on the team who weren't part of whatever attack Spain would make, they get there and they close in. So they're not using press, but they're running and they're covering the field. And if you're not involved in the play, you start to set yourself up defensively. What are your thoughts about that, Bildon? Because I know you're the strategist. Yeah,
I think if you look at the way the Spaniards play, with the 16-year-old wonder kid Yamin Lawa on the right-hand side and Williams on the left, they are they're very possessive side. They are very direct side. They know what they want to do when they have the ball. And with Rodri at the anchor of the midfield, it really dictates the tempo and the pace and the direction of how the Spaniards play.
I'm sorry, Bildon, can I say one thing? In order to play the type of football that they're playing now, it means every player actually has to do homework at home and do things. This is a very sophisticated style, high-speed chaos, and they're managing it unbelievably. It shows us just how well Spain is developing its youth. Continue.
Yeah. So I think for the Germans, one important thing is to get somebody to press Rodri whenever Rodri holds possession of the ball.
Mission impossible.
Once you give Rodri time and space on the ball, that is when Spain tend to play their game and dictate how they will play.
Sorry, can I add one more thing, Bildon? If not for Rodri, you wouldn't see Williams and Yamal play as well as they do, because now they're free. They have to do less work. Rodri is basically doing something impossible. He's reading the team in front of him, and he's making adjustments. That's very difficult by himself. He doesn't have another central midfielder. And
I'm sorry, I've had enough.
Hold on. Let's go, Bildon. Continue, Bildon. Yeah.
Okay, so I think that is just on the positive for what the Germans need to do with regards to the Spaniards. But in contrast, for the Spaniards, with regards to what they should do to stop the Germans, I think if you look at the way the Germans play, you have to also have control of the ball. Try and deny Toni Kroos time and space on the ball. That is also very key and very important. As well as looking at how to cope this threat of Jamal Musiala, the wonder kid, the 21-year-old Bayern winger, is a very dangerous guy, as well as.
But I thought Musiala is a midfielder, though. I thought he was supposed to be a defensive midfielder.
He's like a 10. Musiala's a 10.
The 10, attacking midfielder.
Attacking midfielder. Okay.
So I think the threat for the Germans will come from Florian Wirtz and then Jamal Musiala. So I think for the Spaniards, it's just how to checkmate those players. I know they have Dani Carvajal on the right-hand side for the Spaniards to cover that. I know Marc Cucurella of Spain, also the Chelsea left back, has often had a fantastic tournament. So I think holding Florian Wirtz will not be an issue. He's one of the best standout players for the Spaniards. I think the Spanish coach should be given a lot of kudos regarding where they come from since Luis Enrique left them and then they hired their new coach. You can see the massive improvement in the way
both teams play different types of football.
I think
Spain
it's going to really, really good.
Yeah.
It's also It's also going to be, for me, I think it's the second most interesting fixture of the round.
To me,
and I think anything can take it. But one important statistic that I found out was that Spain has never defeated a host in the knockout stages of any World Cup or European Championship.
Yeah.
So, if you look at the fixture, but I never can say never when it comes to.
This is the final match, and I think that the difference of home field will help. Germany holds the ball better, is going to hold the ball more than Spain, because Spain has changed the style of football. They play fast break football, and Spain only has one defensive midfield. But Germany too, then they have more of a defensive midfield setup than Spain, right, Bjorn? I think so.
Yes. They play two defensive midfielders.
And those guys might wear out this guy, because Spain only has one, and Spain doesn't even have a central midfield. Those guys, they call Pedri a central midfielder and Ruiz, but even those guys are more attacking than holding. So Spain, that's their one weakness, is that they don't really have a strong midfield in terms of holding the ball and being defensive and doing a lot of physical work. Spain is not a physical team, but they're moving so fast that maybe it doesn't matter. What do you think, Bjorn? Yeah.
Okay, I think Bjorn is off temporarily.
Play tactical and technical football. Look at that. Rodri, Pedri, and Ruiz. So it's a technical midfield, a midfield that relies heavily on technique and possession.
One thing. So there's one thing that they were saying when Rodri has the ball. There was a time when Italy was pressing Spain. Rodri had the ball, and he saw Ruiz, but Ruiz wasn't really open, so he only has the choice of turning back and pivoting and giving it back to the defense or giving it to Ruiz. But what he decided to do is, he knows where Ruiz is going to go, and he didn't pass to Ruiz. He put the ball where he knows he's going. That shows you how good Rodri is. What do you think, Abiodun?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think
Rodri, and that talks about the technical. That's a very technical team. That means they do homework. It's not that they just play football and practice. These guys are like someone like Schumacher or who actually study theory and practicals, and it must be a national philosophy for them. Continue, Bjorn.
Yeah, so like many coaches have said, that number 10 position, that number 4 position is one of the most difficult positions to play. And many have also questioned that there are only 2 players in the world that have played that position to the best, Busquets and Rodri, although it's also known as the Makalele position. So it's important position to play on the field. And I think it will be a factor of who would get the best out of the results.
So I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to say Spain is a better team on neutral ground, but I think Germany might have an advantage because they're at home. And they're also Spain and Germany are actually equal. I just think Spain is a little bit better on neutral ground, but that home turf advantage is going to be powerful for Germany. But once again, I wouldn't bet money on that game, to be honest with you. What are your thoughts, Falabi? Then we'll go to Kunle.
Yeah, I think Bjorn has said it all. Spain has to put pressure on Toni Kroos. Toni Kroos by far is the best distributor of the ball, and he orchestrates everything from deep. If they allow him time and space, he can destroy anything. So they need to press him very well. Secondly, on the flip side too, Rodri does exactly the same for Spain too. He too has to be denied space. But the difference in the two teams is that Germany is more vertical. They don't have as much width as Spain. Spain can stretch your fullbacks with Nico Williams and Lamine. Germany plays typical Nagelsmann football, the type he played in Leipzig, vertical passes, and they rely on the fullbacks for width. And but they have a very good midfield. They have Andrich, who is their destroyer. They have Toni Kroos, and they have Gundogan. So it's a very balanced team. It's going to be a very tough one to call, really. And anybody can score in that German team. But the likes of Nico Williams and Lamine are very, very dangerous. I feel if Spain are going to win, it's going to be down to those 2 guys, really.
Yeah. I mean, I can't believe that Spain, the way those 2 guys are playing at their age. Whoever came up with the Spanish is either their manager or their whole system of football. They came up with something very unbelievable. No one believed that you would see Yamal and Williams, people as actually the best winger tandem and actually the most complete. Most teams don't have people on the right and left that can do that.
Yeah,
except for maybe France.
If you put, they have to move away from that tiki-taka because it became very boring and sterile. But now they're playing quickly.
Well, they can't do tiki-taka. But the thing is that, and they have a good mix of experience because Rodri is anchoring, so the young boys can do that, and Pedri is young, so it's kind of like a good balance between old players
and Morata as well.
Young players. Let's talk about Gundogan. So wait, Gundogan is an attacking midfielder or a central midfielder?
Central midfielder, more like.
It's a center midfielder. Center midfielder.
Yeah, I think he's also someone that maybe Spain may not be able to they don't have an answer for him. I think they don't have I think in that position Spain has the advantage. Yeah. What do you think? What do you think, Kule and Falabi and Bjorn, any of you?
What I feel is that the key man for Germany is Toni Kroos because of his ability to collect the ball deep.
I don't know why. I just feel that Kroos doesn't have. He's so weak. He doesn't. Yeah, you're right.
His range of passing, 40 yards, 20 yards. He can pick out his man from anywhere.
Same with Rodri.
Kind of players. Yeah, same with Rodri. So you don't. And there's something Rodri does too. He can shoot very well from very close to the box. So they need to keep.
But I think Kroos has more support in midfield though, so he's going to be more open.
Absolutely.
Because Rodri has more duties. Kroos doesn't have to worry about anchoring the team, and Rodri does. So Rodri's going to have to do more work.
Yes.
And then he has Musiala and guys like that. Yeah. This is going to be a crazy match. So let's quickly talk about Switzerland and England. Did Switzerland draw with Germany in the first round?
No, but in Germany's team.
How did Switzerland? So who did Germany draw with in the first round?
It was their last game. I've forgotten who they played in the last game. I think it was the last game.
Okay, so Kule, your boys England. Okay, Kule, your boys England are playing Switzerland. So what can your boys do?
Kule is gone.
I wanted to yap him. I wanted to yap Kule. I said Kule,
you're.
Oh, they drew with Switzerland 1-1, right?
Yeah, Germany. So Switzerland is dangerous. Yes. I wanted to make fun of Kule because Kule pretends like he's not an England fan. I was like, Kule, your boys England are playing Switzerland, but Kule's not here. Thank God, because it would have caused an argument. Bjorn, what are your thoughts on Switzerland versus England? Yeah.
I think I would just keep it straight. He's not coming home. Nothing is coming home.
I hope so. I hope so. Yeah, I think so. But Bjorn, I just want to say one thing. England is one of those types of teams that the longer you make them stay in the league, they become dangerous. I just hope that if not for that unbelievable goal by Bellingham, they would be out. I just hope that Bellingham and Kane don't just take their game to a super level and just win it for the team. That's the only way they can win is that those. Yeah.
Don't forget that Germany played Switzerland with their first team, even though they're qualified.
And
they drew any key players, and Switzerland's team drew with them. So Switzerland is a dangerous team.
People are saying Switzerland is good. I think Switzerland, to be honest with you, I think Switzerland is more organized and should beat England. But I think that because of Kane and this guy, that type of thing, Michael Jordan, you don't have the best team, but those guys are like superstars. And they'll be like, we know Greek. You understand what I'm saying? More like psychological. But I think Switzerland should be able to beat England, and I hope so. What do you think, Bjorn? Yeah.
Sorry, come again. I didn't quite hear you. I think Kule just joined us.
Sorry,
Now, what do you? Okay, so quickly, Bjorn, who do you think? I think Switzerland should be able to beat England.
I didn't comment on Germany again.
Hold on, Kule, hold on. So, Bjorn, what I was saying is that you out. So, Bjorn, what I was going to say was, I think on paper, Switzerland should actually beat England. But I was saying the star power of Kane and Bellingham, they might just take over the whole game, possibly. What do you think, Bjorn? Yeah.
I don't see the star power doing anything. Their star power throughout the tournament. It was just the luck. No, it was the Real Madrid spirit that entered Jude Bellingham in the last game that he got that 9-minute goal.
Yeah, he got lucky.
I think England has not been convincing.
Okay, so
I know Kule is going to support them because it's always for.
Okay, so we're gonna go to Germany with Kule. Yeah, Kule is gonna support England, of course. Yeah.
I have an English accent doesn't mean I support them. If I come
when England scored, Kule, when England scored, Kule, when England scored,
you should go there.
England, Kule, not your accent.
I'll go there with you.
It's not your accent. It's not your accent, Kule. You know what makes me believe you love England? As soon as they equalized and scored, you were the first person on our website. Goal! You never say that unless you're happy.
I didn't say that.
That was you.
No,
you did goal with exclamation.
It wasn't me.
Maybe I read it wrong.
I must have been drinking or imagining things.
Yeah, you were drinking, so your subconscious. I think you said goal. I'm going to go check on it. But very quickly, talk about Germany.
When I was drinking, I told my ex-wife, my wife, I love my ex-wife. I
don't say those things, man. Okay, so Kunle, quickly talk about Germany. Then we're going to end on Netherlands. I think Netherlands is getting dangerous, but Kunle, go to Germany first. Yeah.
So let's go to Germany, and let me be quite clear. This is going to be 3-1 Germany or 2-1 Germany.
Okay.
I believe that the French are going to score first. They're going to prance around, and they're going to equalize.
No, France is not playing Germany. Germany is playing Spain.
Sorry, Spain. Sorry. So
too much whiskey. Too much whiskey.
First. Yeah. Yes. Spain are going to score first. Germany are going to equalize, going to wear them down, they're going to beat them. And there's going to be 2-1. It'll be a half-fought game, but I think Spain are going to expose themselves in the last few minutes. They're going to concede a third, and they're going.
Well, here's what I think. So from what you're saying, Spain runs, so they could be liable to the counterattack. So you have a point.
Yes, and let me explain the problem. Everyone's talking Rodri this, Rodri that. Rodri was running out of energy towards the end of the season. That's why he wasn't able to compete with Amrabat. That's why Spain have not been. Nobody has shone in this competition. Same with Spain, and Germany have both Kimmich and Kodran Lema, who are both excellent CDMs. I know Kimmich is playing a right back, but these players both know how to pass and tackle and move, and that's going to be too much for Rodri. And then the remaining
so Kule, what he's saying is the same thing I said about Rodri's going to be overworked in this game. Yeah, what do you think?
He's already exhausted. He's played too many games already.
And also he's doing too much work for Spain right now.
And he's going to struggle. I believe he's going to struggle with the hard work. I believe that he's going to get overrun by the Germans in the midfield. But I think Spain will start well. They're very well coordinated. Cucurella, very good player. They have a lot of good players in defense and midfield, but I think that they're going to run out of ideas and they're going to get caught. Psychologically, the German support is going to overwhelm.
Okay, so here's what I have to say. So right now, Spain is not playing possession football, but they're running and their players are very smart. So I think that the support that Rodri will get is that if the have to pass it off a little bit. What do you think, Bjorn?
Yeah, I think you're right. Looking at it, definitely, it's just going to balance it out. I think, to be fair, this Euros is quite
difficult for every team.
Difficult, and you cannot underestimate even the Turkish team that will play the Dutch. You can't underrate what's the other fixture? The English against
Switzerland.
Against Switzerland. So it's also very, very difficult. It's tournament.
England just going to be that game. They're going to win on penalties after 1-1.
England never wins on penalties. Those ones.
Okay,
I know, but they're going to.
So everybody, hold on. Sorry to interrupt everybody. I have it here. Kule, everybody, listen. Kule here on our WhatsApp. When England scored, you say, "Go England!" It's actually you. You typed it here.
Let me see.
I'm serious. I'll send it to you now on your WhatsApp. I'm going to send it to you.
Point it on the group.
Okay,
let me show you. Let's see it. Put an emoji on it.
Oh no! Okay. You know why? Do you know why I exclamated?
Oh, sorry.
It was a bicycle kick. It was the spectacularness of the goal.
But you say but if you didn't like England, you wouldn't celebrate like that.
It's not about liking England. It's about liking football. It's about loving football.
No,
about the guy. That was a bicycle kick. And I was watching it, and it was an amazing goal.
Okay,
Bjorn. Anybody who's going to tell me that was not an amazing goal?
Bjorn.
Talk now.
If in a knockout match, if somebody from Manchester United, if Rashford had done a bicycle kick and scored, at that moment, would you say, goal, Man U? Psychologically, would you say it?
I'd say not more than goal.
No, my point being is that that was a celebration.
I'll tell you to have some of that.
No, let me tell you the truth. Let me tell you the truth. When I saw that goal by Bellingham, I was so disappointed. It was amazing, but my heart. No, it was amazing, but my heart sank, and I was pissed.
if the only time that my heart will sink is if Nigeria concedes a goal.
All right, let's move on. We don't have to go on. Okay, so let's go Netherlands. Netherlands is team. What do you?
Yes, Netherlands.
Oh, he's frozen. Netherlands is playing who? Yeah. Who is Netherlands playing?
Turkey.
Oh, Turkey. Yeah.
Netherlands.
Yeah, that's a good game.
Turkey.
But I think Netherlands they have very good defenders, very good central midfielders, and I think they scored a lot of goals.
Next,
they're gonna if they go they have to go through England or Switzerland. They have a good shot of making it to the finals.
The Dutch have not played particularly well. I think they played against the Romanian team.
They won their last game 3-0. They won their last game 3-0. This round of 16.
Was a very poor team, really.
But what I mean is that it's a poor bracket, though. So who do you think is going from that bracket? Who do you think is going to go to the finals? Switzerland, England, or Netherlands? One of those teams. Who's going to go? Or Turkey? I think Netherlands.
I fear England is going to go because all those teams are rubbish.
Yeah, but I think Switzerland. Though Switzerland may beat England. Yeah.
Switzerland, they're going to beat them. It's going to be a penalty shootout, and I think that as bad as England are, I think that they're going to be better than Switzerland in a penalty shootout. I think it'll be 1-1.
Probably. So, Bjorn, what are your thoughts? Who's going to make it to the finals from that side? Yeah.
I think it's going to be quite difficult to say, but I think.
Remember when you were shouting at us that we didn't want to make a decision? I've already made my own. Netherlands is going to the finals.
They're not special this year.
As much as
they're not special, but it's a weak bracket. That's why.
Not special, yeah.
But it's weak.
I don't like their coach. He's not fantastic to me. Ronaldo.
So that means. So let me make it simple.
With their best players.
I'll say England and Portugal. Portugal and England.
In the final.
Portugal. Yes.
In the finals. Okay. I'm saying I'm going to have to go with Spain, even though I think Germany will beat them. I'm saying Spain and maybe England or Netherlands. So let me just take a chance. I'm going to say Spain and Netherlands in the finals. What do you say, Afolabi? Yeah.
Germany, Netherlands.
Good. That's a good one. Because Spain and Germany.
The classic.
England, Germany. I think everybody's choices are good. Good choices. Okay, guys, this has been a good show. I think all of us need to take a break, man. I've had a little bit too much wine.
It's only you and drinking wine.
I know.
I'm drinking the good stuff.
But remember, we're 50. You know why we're 50-year-old. We've passed the. You're still young, so you're not depressed because you haven't passed your prime yet.
We're pickling ourselves for our old age, our impending old age. You have to pickle yourself.
And Afolabi is health conscious. He doesn't want to get high blood pressure and things, so he's smart.
Eat healthy, do everything right, die anyway.
Yeah. That's what happens in life. Okay, so guys, this has been a great show. I want to thank everyone. This is Complete Football. We're following the European Championships. And we also want to say a special shout out to who my favorite player is, Williams. And the reason I love Williams, he's originally from Ghana. His mother carried him across the ocean to Spain. And now he's one of the top 3 or 4 wingers in the world. Thank God for that. I'm so happy for him. And Yamal too. And I'm proud of those 2 young boys. Anybody have any last words? Yeah.
This is going to be an exciting quarterfinal. I'm looking forward to the games coming up. And I hope to have a bit of a bish bash with everyone. Fantastic.
Okay, good. Anything, Bjorn? Any last words, Bjorn? Yeah.
No, I think I just want to openly plead to our fans, our viewers, please subscribe, please subscribe, please subscribe.
Good, and our numbers are actually doing well.
If you want us
we need more subscriptions.
Please subscribe, please like.
Yeah, please to keep doing it. Yeah,
we'll be on the
show that's coming out of Nigeria.
Engage with you. So please, please.
Like and subscribe.
Warren has stepped into the building.
Okay, so we have to get
the off flying again.
No, doing so Warren.
Yeah,
how much time do we have left on the video?
We have like 3 minutes left. 3 minutes left.
Okay, so Warren, give us your thoughts. Give us your thoughts in general.
On which of them?
Anyone? Germany, Spain. Germany.
Okay, let me talk about Germany, Spain. Well, I'll give it to Germany because the Germans they have experienced players, but the Spanish guys, they are good, they are young, but they are inexperienced. So I'll give it to the Germans.
And also Germany's at home.
England, Switzerland.
Yeah, Switzerland, England. I'll give it to Switzerland.
Yeah.
Portugal. What about Portugal's game against France?
That one I can't say for now.
That's what everybody says. That's a tough game. That's a tough game. Tough game.
Okay. And then what about the final one? That's Turkey against Holland.
I'll give it to the Dutch.
Dutch. And very quickly, who do you think is going to make it to the finals out of England, Switzerland, Holland, and Turkey? From that group, who's going to make it to the finals?
Switzerland or Holland?
Yeah, you think like me.
The finals?
Yeah, Switzerland or Holland. A lot of people have been saying Holland to the finals. And on the other side, who do you think is going to come out? Portugal, Spain, or France? Yeah.
Portugal, Spain, or France. I'll give it to
Portugal, Spain, France, or Germany.
I'll give it to the Germans.
And Germany.
Germany.
Yeah, Germany. Okay. All right. So okay, guys. Let's close out. So thank you for making it. So I'm glad that that Warif made it because we needed his input also.
All right.
Okay.
So everybody, Afalabi, you can take us out. Thank you.
Okay. It's been wonderful discussing, analyzing with you guys. See you sometime later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.